People from here are always from here. You're never not from here. Growing up in Aliquippa is the single greatest thing that ever happened to me. Each area of town was self-contained. I mean, every neighborhood had its own elementary school. It was a great place to live. Going to school here was wonderful because the athletic teams were good. School was big, 1,500 kids, crowded. We were a town of over 30,000 people, so diverse. I think that the coolest thing about growing up in Aliquippa at that time is everybody made the same amount of money because they all worked in the mill. So everyone was equal. It truly was the melting pot of Western Pennsylvania. So it was pretty interesting to go to school like Aliquippa at 12 years old. It made you grow up fast because it's a mill town and tough kids. So you learn to mind your own business and not back down. It's 1969, 70. We had riots here. National Guard stood out in front of the school with their guns. It was a hard place. There were two issues. One was the 60s, just the racial turmoil in the whole country in the 60s that we were all going through. And then a lot of the white flight took place. And some of the black families left because it was hard. And the second part of it was the mill crash. People here were never felt sorry for themselves. It's just the way it is. But the people and the teachers and the coaches who stayed here have a love for this place. The problems were the late 60s and the early 70s, and we helped solve that problem through athletics. So the challenges were met through football and basketball because now the kids who play those sports are expected to be the best behaved. They're certainly the toughest, but they're supposed to be the best behaved kids in school. And it works for us.
I'm a graduate of Aliquippa High School. My heart's here. Not sure I can have the passion anywhere else. And I was blessed with great teachers here. And, I sit here today that I have 2 master's degrees. I'm certified to be a superintendent of schools. That was all because of people here that encouraged me, that pushed me, and you can get there. Part of growing up as an adult is having to be resilient, to be flexible, and that's part of our education. My decision process, if the decisions are for what's the best interest of the children. The Aliquippa School District is struggling financially. It's not a secret. We have been under a technical watch with the state of Pennsylvania, particularly Pennsylvania Department of Education, for the last 3 to 4 years. We have 4 significant financial problems that we face. Number 1 is an eroding tax base.
It's more financial than anything else. The tax base has shrunk. U.S. Air leaving hurt this area. No real industry.
And other than the USG plant, we've had not too much economic development going on there. Here and there, some sporadic development, but nothing, again, that's contributed to the tax base of the community. The second issue is charter school payments. Again, my opinion as superintendent, the law is flawed. The law needs changed. It's not equitable, and there's a whole lot of money being wasted. That I'm for open schools choice. I have no issue with that, but we all have to be playing on a level playing field, and that's not going on today in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The third item, which is in the news quite frequently, is the PESERS, which is the employee retirement system. That system, it needs changed. It is a drain. We're up over 25% of our payroll costs, and a district our size cannot absorb that. And fourth, like every other business across the country and every household, the medical care costs have gone up. Those 4 items have increased our payroll and our costs dramatically. We here at Aliquippa are not able to offer some classes because of our small size. It's truly an economies of scale situation. We, through our neighbors, through other options, through online options, are able to offer what our students need, but is that really the best way to operate? So it's no secret we have 14 school districts. And I know I will have a lot of feedback against this, but we can operate more efficiently in a different type of environment. And I think we have to adapt to the times. We have a real factor of poverty, and I think that it escapes our politicians both in Washington and Harrisburg. Over 90% of my students here in Aliquippa qualify for a free and reduced lunch. In fact, we are part of a federal program, a community eligibility program, that regardless of income, every student in the Aliquippa School District eats breakfast and lunch free, and we've just expanded to a supper program. I think that speaks for itself. Where you have poverty, you have low test scores. And, you know, there's no escaping that.
I think the real answer is many of these kids overcome their circumstances. They're tough enough to do that. I mean, it's not easy. You see, this was a beautiful place. There's not a mark on a wall. There's no graffiti. If you go into the bathrooms, there are no broken doors. There's no garbage on the floor. And the kids take care of it. Kids are proud of this place.
Every day, our children are the safest here with us in Aliquippa. They're loved, they're fed, they're taken care of.
The key is do not forget where you're from. Ditka said one time, tough times don't last, tough people do. We'll be all right.